Hello everybody, welcome to episode 155 of Cameron Sports Podcast. This host here, Cameron Lindsay, back with another brand new episode. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the WWE Royal Rumble 2026, Royal Rumble to be exact. Giving a recap of it. The 2026 Royal Rumble pay-per-view was this past Saturday, last week, in Saudi Arabia. And let's get right into it. So, of course, we had the Women's Royal Rumble, the Men's Royal Rumble, Gunther versus AJ Styles with AJ Styles' career on the line, Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE Championship. And so it was, like I said, it had really good card during the Royal Rumble. And like I said, first off, I want to start off with, the Women's Royal Rumble, because that's what the pay-per-view began. For those who are WWE fans or not, or maybe used to be, the Royal Rumble, it's 30 superstars. Of course, start with 30 superstars. Two entrants start the match every so often, minute or 5-10 minutes. Another superstar comes, and all the way up to 30 superstars, and the last superstar to remain in the ring is the winner. You're eliminated when you go over the top rope. So it's a ring. When you go over the top rope and both hit the floor, you're eliminated. So of course, they invented they brought the Women's Royal Rumble match about 8 years ago. Excuse me. And we had some pretty good winners from Charlotte Flair, who won it twice, won it last year. Asuka, Bianca, Becky, Bayley, Rhea. Who else won it? If I'm forgetting, Rhea. Maybe somebody else I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, I forgot Charlotte didn't win it twice. So names like that have won the Royal Rumble. But this year's Women's Royal Rumble winner is Liv Morgan. I think this is well deserved for Liv. I think it was a good call. I have no problem with WWE making this call, for Liv to win the Royal Rumble. I think it's well deserved. Of course, there's rumors going around that she could be a favorite to win. Excuse me. And she's been a runner-up multiple years. In 2023, 2024, she came close as a runner-up in the Royal Rumble, being the last one to be eliminated. In 2025, she spent over an hour and 7 minutes in the Women's 2025 Royal Rumble. So I think with her winning, she's gonna go after the Women's World Title. Again, for those who don't know, when you win the Men's or Women's Royal Rumble, you punch a ticket automatic to have a main event caliber match at Wrestlemania. So basically, WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl. So if the Royal Rumble each year is always in January, the WrestleMania is like in April, like early April. So this is like punching a ticket to the Super Bowl. So WrestleMania is just as big as the Super Bowl. So I think that with Liv winning, I think she's gonna go. And of course, when you get a world title match at WrestleMania, really you could challenge any champion, but mainly you go after the world champions on either brand, on Raw, SmackDown. And I think I don't see her going after Jade Cargill. I just don't think that storyline, that matchup makes any sense. I think she's gonna go after the title that she lost and didn't get a chance to get back. And plus, with Stephanie McIntyre as world champion, that makes sense to go after her. Now, I thought with Stephanie and Raquel facing each other on Monday Night Raw in that street fight, I thought Raquel probably would win. And I think that would have made a much better storyline for Liv Morgan and Raquel, two Judgment Day members. They're both in a group called the Judgment Day. Of course, let's say, Liv was out due to injury for some months. She had to recover. And then, here comes, Roxanne, and they kind of move on without her. And then she comes back, and then Raquel, it seemed like I thought it was like Raquel started to stand out on her own and go after the world title instead of the women's tag team championships. And I'm thinking like, okay, like maybe that happens, and then Liv gets jealous. She won it, and then next you know, betrays Raquel, attacks her, and then them two in the face each other at WrestleMania. I thought that would have happened, but it doesn't look like that is going to happen with Stephanie Raquel retaining against Raquel. So it looks like it's going to be them two 1-on-1, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I think it's going to be that should be a really good match. Now the feud, the storyline, I don't think it's going to be as good as it would have been if it was Raquel and Liv, because them two got history, tag team in the Judgment Day. But I just hope that it's a good storyline. Like I said, now Liv did attack not Raquel, Stephanie McIntyre after the championship match that she retained against Raquel Gonzalez. She did attack her, hit her finisher on her. So that could be a sign that she's probably chosen to face Stephanie at WrestleMania. I don't know, but like I say, definitely congratulations to Liv Morgan winning the women's 2026 Royal Rumble match. Excuse me. And yeah, I think like I said, that well deserved, and we'll see how the storyline goes. If she does, in fact, I know she will choose Stephanie McIntyre. Let's see how that goes, but it hasn't been official yet. Next topic, Gunther and AJ Styles. Now, for those who don't know, Gunther, he's a male WWE superstar, a two-time world heavyweight champion in WWE, and he's known as the career killer because he has retired Goldberg in his last match, beat him, the legendary Goldberg from WCW. And when he came to WWE, that Goldberg, and he also, I hate to say this, I know it hurts for me to say this because I'm wearing a shirt with his picture, with his face on it. The greatest of all time, the never seen 17-time world champion John Cena had his final match in December against Gunther in Washington, D.C. It was his last match. He's retiring. He's not coming back. That was his last match, and I mean, part of me kind of felt like John was going to lose because I know he's not in his prime, and it wouldn't make sense for him to, win going out anyway. But the way I thought he would lose, like he'll pass out. It was a really good match. Like he'll fight, but he's never going to tap out. Even though John Cena has, but early in his career. But ever since he became, the babyface, the face of WWE, hustle, loyalty, and respect. These three words right here on my shoulder, I never seen him tap out. Most times since I've been watching John Cena, since he's been standing by these three: hustle, loyalty, respect, and never give up. All of my life. So I never really seen him. I seen videos, obviously, past matches of him tapping out. Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, something like that. But really, I have not seen him tap out since he's been the face of WWE at all. And it hurt, like, when I seen him tap out, like, I get it. I'm not mad. Some people are mad at it, like, dang, like Triple H and them had John Cena tap out with a smile on his face. But I get it because that's John, like, literally passing the torch. It's not really necessarily him giving up. It's more of him, like, accepting, like, you know what, my time is past. Basically kind of in his theme song, when it says your time is up, my time is now. That's basically him saying, like, his time is up, and, like, superstars like Gunther, their time is now. Like, Gunther is in his prime, his time is now. He deserves to shine. He needs this accolade, like, okay, I retired the greatest WWE superstar of all time with the most world titles in WWE history. I retired John Cena. So, after beating John Cena, Gunther kept going on Monday Night Raw, disrespecting him, disrespecting the legend. It almost made me want to jump out of the screen like, hey, you ain't going to disrespect my GOAT like that. I know he lost, but that's still the GOAT. Saying he tapped out like a little B word and this and this and this. And every week, but, and superstars like AJ Styles, R-Truth got tired of him disrespecting John Cena. And AJ Styles finally spoke up and smacked him right in the face. So with that, when that happened, they had a match. AJ Styles made him tap out, but the ref, you know how the WWE is, get distracted, especially when you're facing a bad guy, a heel, and the ref didn't see the tap out. Gunther ended up hitting a low blow and hitting AJ Styles with a powerbomb and picking the victory. Now, that didn't sit right in AJ Styles' stomach. Obviously, I would want a rematch too. He asked for a rematch. Gunther said no because he was wanting to focus on winning the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match. But AJ Styles kept egging him on and said, "Are you scared? You're scared." And Gunther said, on one condition, he'll give him a rematch if he puts his career on the line. And, you know, AJ Styles already made it a point, really last year. Sometime, I think last year, either the middle or the early last year, he said that 2026 will be his last year. He had 1 year left on his contract. He said, 2026, I'm retiring. I'm like, okay, cool. But then this happened. I'm like, wow. Part of me thinking like, well, no, there's no way AJ Styles is going to lose and retire this early in 2026. Like, it's literally only a month or two into the new year. Excuse me. And, you know, then after watching Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, it came to fact. And hearing the rumors like this could be his last match because him and Shinsuke had faced each other on Saturday night's main event. And it was a leaked message of Shinsuke talking with AJ saying, and I think AJ said the Royal Rumble would be his last match in WWE. And I didn't want to believe it, but it seemed like it was true. I didn't think he would retire this early. I thought like maybe like, you know, kind of like John Cena did, wrestle all year, all the way up at least till December. But I mean, I guess it makes sense because he debuted in 2016 at the Royal Rumble. I guess it would make sense to retire over a decade later at the same pay-per-view that you made your debut in back in 2016. And, you know, AJ fought, but, you know, Gunther, you know, that big body, that heavy hands, he's a heavyweight. He's 6'4", 250 pounds, you know, so he's an old school wrestler. I know some people don't like Gunther's moves, but he's an old school type of wrestler. He's a wrestler like he's going to put you in a sleeper hole over and over again. He's going to wear you down. He's going to powerbomb you over and over again. Kind of like Brock Lesnar does when he suplexes you, wear you down, and then he hits you with an F5 or another F5. But Gunther, his style, he going to powerbomb you. He's going to put you in that sleeper hole until you literally pass out. Either tap out or you're going to pass out. And AJ Styles, he passed out, you know, and I was like, dang. When I saw the video, I was like, dang, man. I was shocked. I was like, because I'm like, he literally lost. Like, this is it. Like, it's crazy. But shout out to AJ Styles, a 2-time WWE champion. Ever since he came to WWE, he's been great. He has some great feuds, especially with John Cena. I think that's his greatest rival in WWE is John Cena by far. I don't care what nobody says. There's no question about it. There's a reason why John Cena wanted to face AJ Styles one more time before he retired last year, because that's one of John Cena's greatest rivals. And now I'll say that for a different video later down the road. But yeah, AJ Styles, you know, great career, 2-time WWE champion, you know, multiple moments in WWE. You will be missed. Your future first ballot Hall of Famer. It's crazy, you know, but, you know, people, I think part of me's mad, but at the same time, I have no problem with Gunther winning because this raises his stock. Like, this is his legacy. Like, on his resume, in his WWE career, he get to say, I retired Goldberg, I retired the greatest of all time, John Cena, and I retired the phenomenal AJ Styles. 3 Hall of Famers he's retired within about a year span. So, yeah, and it's just crazy. But I think with Gunther picking up this win, his push is already going back up. But I know right now I know he didn't win the Royal Rumble, and he's most likely he's not gonna be in a world title match at Wrestlemania. But I did see something on Facebook that it predicted that he'll face Randy Orton. I think that makes sense. I could see Randy Orton and I could see Gunther facing Randy Orton. I don't know if he'll make Randy put his career on the line to make the match even more interesting. But that would be a really good match even though they faced each other before. So they have history. So the storyline could be like, you have never beaten me, this and that. And that's what I would do with WWE. Like, I have the promos with that. Like, if they want to do Randy Orton versus Gunther at WrestleMania, we'll see. But yeah, shout out to AJ Styles, man. Like I said, I appreciate all you done in WWE as a fan, as a journalist. I appreciate you, and you'll be missed, but you won't be forgotten. Next topic: the WWE champion Drew McIntyre retained his undisputed WWE championship against Sami Zayn, and he is now 12-0 against Sami. Now, leading up to the Royal Rumble, they had a fatal four-way match. They had matches that led up to a fatal four-way. It was Damian Priest, former World Heavyweight Champion. It was former NXT superstar, former two-time NXT champion Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, who's never been World Champion either, and Randy Orton, former 14-time World Champion. So, obviously, I think, it wasn't going to be Damian. It wasn't going to be Trick. It was either Randy or Sami. They'll face Drew because them two, Damian has history with Drew also, but it would make more sense for Randy or Sami. And, with the it was Saturday night's main event being in his home country, and then Saudi Arabia, he has history in that country. So it made sense for him to win, to go face Drew, but it's like, dang, it's kind of like, what was the point of him losing again to Drew? Now he's 0-12. He's faced Drew 12 times one-on-one and lost every single time. I don't know when Sami's going to... I thought early last year, it was rumored that Sami could get a push. He may get a world title match. I could see him and Cody going one-on-one for the title, but that's not going to happen, obviously. And the way it's looking with Drew retaining, it doesn't look like he's going to face him at WrestleMania either. So it looks like Drew, the way the storyline is going, because Drew eliminated Cody in the Royal Rumble and he wasn't even in the match. He attacked both Fatu and Cody on SmackDown when they was fighting each other on SmackDown. So I think most likely that's going to be a triple threat match. I don't know what's going to happen as far as like the Elimination Chamber. I feel like this is going to happen. I think either Cody or Fatu, either both of them are going to qualify for the Chamber, and then they both lose. One of them has to win, because it wouldn't make sense if both of them lose. One of them has to win, and then the other fights or complains about Drew costing them, and then it's a triple threat. So I think for a fact it's going to be a triple threat match for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, which I haven't seen a triple threat for the WWE Championship since I think it was WrestleMania 24. I believe when Triple H, Randy, and John Cena fought for the WWE Championship in a triple threat. But I just don't see the point of Sami in that match. But I'm not WWE board of directors. I'm not behind creativity. But I have no problem with Drew retaining. I like Drew as world champion. He's a 4-time world champion now. So he's a great champion in my eyes. But yeah, we'll see, if that's the path for Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania to defend the undisputed WWE Championship in a triple threat against Jacob Fatu and the former 2-time WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Now, lastly, the Men's Royal Rumble. The OTC Roman Reigns won the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match. So if you want, I'm gonna start right quick right now. If you know who Roman Reigns is, put one finger in the air and acknowledge the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So just make sure. I hope you put your finger in the air. Acknowledge the tribal chief. Don't disrespect my tribal chief. I don't want to have to jump through this camera. Acknowledge the tribal chief. But with that win, Roman Reigns became the 10th male wrestler in WWE history to win 2 Royal Rumble matches in their career, joining Hulk Hogan, who won it in 1990 and 91, Shawn Michaels, who won it in 95 and 96, John Cena, who won in 2008 and 2013, Batista, who won it in 2005 and 2014, Triple H, who won it in 2022 and 2016, Randy Orton, who won in 2009 and 2017, Edge, who won it in 2010 and 2021. Brock Lesnar, who won it in 2003 and 2022. And Cody Rhodes, who won it back-to-back in 2023 and 2024. So that's an amazing list of WWE Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers. He's joined that list. So already to his incredible accolades in his career. Now, a lot of people are mad, like, why Roman won it, or he's a bad Royal Rumble. Really, I think this definitely makes, really, to be honest, Roman Reigns won it back in 2015. Yeah, he won it in 2015. That year, he faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. And, Seth Rollins cashed in with the Ice of the Century, made it a triple threat match. And people say Roman Reigns was a bad Royal Rumble winner. I get it. The Rock, his cousin, intervened, helped him. But, the Big Show came, the bad guys jumping him. So I don't think Roman Reigns was the worst Royal Rumble winner. I think, to be honest, the worst Royal Rumble winner in history, regardless of man or woman, is Alberto Del Rio, who won one of the biggest Royal Rumble matches in WWE history with 40 superstars. I think that was the worst winner I've ever seen. To me, it makes no sense why he won. But yeah, Roman, with that win, he has chosen the champion he will face. And part of me thought like, he was going to face, but I feel like it make more sense. And the champion he decided to face is the current World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, who he will face in the main event of WrestleMania. This past Monday Night Raw was amazing. Like, that promo, they went bar for bar. CM Punk is already a fire on the mic. His mic skills are incredible. The pipe bombs. Roman Reigns has come a long way. He's great on the mic. And they were going at it. CM Punk telling them, Drew McIntyre is the easy way out. Come face me. And then Roman answered back. He said, and he called him by his government name. He didn't call him CM Punk, his wrestler name. He called him Phil. He said, Phil, I don't know if you know this, but Drew McIntyre is like 4 times bigger than you. And that's true. Drew McIntyre is 6'5", 275 pounds. CM Punk's like 6 feet, 6'1", about 6'1", 217 pounds. So, and he was like, Roman's like, you saying Drew's the easy way out? When Drew had you crying over a bracelet that his wife, AJ Lee, who's a former WWE superstar, WWE legend, made him a bracelet with her name on it and their dog's name on it. The feud he had with Drew last year was incredible. Drew stealing his bracelet and they fighting, and then he finally get it back. And Roman said, "You talking about Drew the easy way out? Drew had you crying like a little B word over a plastic bracelet, and you talking about he the easy way out." And then CM Punk was like, he responded, he said, "Careful, because after I was done with Drew, they ran out of staples, putting his dumb you-know-what back together. So I'll tread lightly." So he basically told Roman, "Hey, tread lightly, because you say something you may say something you regret, and you're going to be in the same situation getting your face stitched up like Drew McIntyre did after that Hell in a Cell match that him and Drew had last year." And they going back and forth, Roman telling CM Punk, like, "You think I learned from you?" He said, no. He said, "The reason you're back in WWE, because CM Punk has been gone. CM Punk's last year in WWE was 2014, I believe. Yeah. 2015 was his last year. He came back about 2 years ago, so about 10, 11 years. And Roman's like, before Triple H brought you back, they came to me first, because Roman's pretty much the face of WWE. He's like, they came to me, asked me to make sure it's okay, and I try to keep peace, because Roman necessarily doesn't really like CM Punk." And that's not a storyline beef. I think that's literally actual beef. Because CM Punk, when he left WWE 10 years ago, went on his friend's podcast talking junk about people like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, people in WWE like Vince McMahon before, even though he's not with WWE anymore. Talking junk about them, because he left on a bad note. But even though things are good now, he's like, "I never forgive you for that, making my life a living hell." And, so that feud on Monday Night Raw really felt really real. And I think it is. Like, he really said that from the heart. And he said, I could choose you. I could choose you because you're the hottest superstar right now in WWE. He said, I could choose you because you're on Netflix. You're on the best show, Monday Night Raw, the #1 show in sports entertainment. I could choose you because of that. He's like, no, I'm choosing you because I hate you. He said, I've always hated you. He said he gave you a chance at Survivor Series. He picked you up, shaked your hand like a man. He said, we bumped fists. He talking about some Z-bros. And he said, as soon as I turn my back, we walking up the ramp, you making fun of me, mocking me. And then you see the video of CM Punk doing this, holding his World Heavyweight Championship, mocking Roman Reigns. He said, and you want to mock me? He said, I look you in the face, shake your hand like a man. I turn my back, and you want to mock me behind my back like I'm some little young boy? Roman said, I ain't going for that. So Roman said, I hate you. I've always hated you. He said, this match ain't about just winning that World Heavyweight Championship. It's about me hating you. And he said, WrestleMania is going to be the best day of his life because in the main event, he said, you will acknowledge me. And I'm like, boy, bar for bar, that was a great way to start this feud. It's like with boxing and UFC. You want to hype up the main event match months prior, or weeks prior to actual match, and we're in February, and I'm already feeling the fire. Like, this is gonna be a great match heading to WrestleMania for night 2. I can't wait to watch it. Even after work, whatever, I can't wait to watch the main event because it's gonna be amazing for the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk, the best in the world, versus the OTC, the greatest in this generation, Roman Reigns. But yeah, I can't wait for that match. That was a great way to start this feud. But lastly, before I go, announcement: CM Punk, the current World Heavyweight Champion, was named the 2026 cover superstar for WWE 2K26. Congratulations to him. This is his second time in his career he's been on the cover of WWE 2K. His first time with WWE 2K13, and I had that. That game was amazing. I hope this one is amazing just as that one. It looks like it will because it's 400 over 400 playable superstars that's gonna be on the game. I cannot wait. I look forward to. I already got my pre-order in, so I'm not worried about it. I can't wait to sit in my apartment, me and my baby, moving in our new apartment, and I could just sit in the living room and play my game and just peace and quiet, it's just relaxing, If I'm not doing my podcast with y'all, not working out at the gym, or doing my internships and working, that's what I'm gonna be doing, playing that game. But yeah, congratulations, CM Punk. Second time in your career being the cover superstar of WWE 2K. But yeah, that's today's episode. I want to talk about a recap of the Royal Rumble. What's going on? Liv Morgan winning the Women's 2026 Royal Rumble. Gunther retiring AJ Styles. Drew retaining the WWE Championship against Sami Zayn. And the OTC Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble for the second time in his career. And like I said, he's my second favorite superstar all time. John Cena, of course, will always be the greatest in my eyes. But Roman Reigns is up there. He's up there, in my opinion, with him, John Cena, Undertaker. You can argue any between those three. But yeah, if you want to touch down with Cam, please hit that like, subscribe button. No matter if you're a WWE fan, NFL, college football, college basketball, girls college basketball, high school, any level, click that like, subscribe button. Comment. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the Royal Rumble? If you're a WWE fan, what do you think of the Royal Rumble? Do you agree with these results? Do you agree with Roman Reigns, the greatest of the generation? Do you think this match between him and CM Punk is going to be amazing at WrestleMania, the main event? I think it is. I can't wait. But I'll catch y'all next time for another episode of Karen Sports Podcast. This has been your favorite host, Cameron Lindsay. I'm signing out, and I'll catch y'all next time for another episode. Y'all take care.